What's up?
What's going on?
Daniel Joseph here with another edition of Savage Grind Podcast. Special, very, very special edition. I'm here with my man, Willie Woods.
Mr.
Here.
Willie Woods in it.
Yes, sir. Out here in NWI. Man, so I wanted to bring you on, Will, because number one, you're the highlight of the moment right now here at Savage. You're winning. You're the rock star here. All the energy, all the light, all the stuff is shining on you, and it's no mistake because you put in the work, you put in the time, you put in the grind. You're out here. Now we're actually on location here in NWI, Indiana, Northwest Indiana, Maryville. And you're running a team here. You're crushing it for us. The numbers are just showing up, and the commitments here. But it wasn't always like that for you, right?
No, sir.
You've been in the game a little bit here, 4 years. Crazy story. Will and I met about 4 years back. We were at a public adjusters class I was taking back then, and I met my man Will, and I was instantly drawn to my man. Like, I was like, man, when I start building my teams and I want my sales guys, I need a guy like that. I was just super drawn to your energy, that positive, and I was just like, when I start building my teams, that's what my team's going to look at. Here we are now, 4 years later, down here running an office for us here at Savage, and you're just crushing it. So, my man, without further ado, man, introduce yourself. Tell your people your story. Let's hear it, man. Bring it on.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. So, like you said, though, in the beginning, it was rough. It really was. And yeah, this is my 6th year now. And in the beginning, like when I first started, I was just working at Wendy's. I had met somebody at flag football. He was like, man, you working at Wendy's, man? Hey, come over here. Check this out. And I got into the construction side. On the construction side, I was talking so much. They're like, man, hey, I'm just trying to do my work. I'm like, but I got to talk. You know what I mean? I like to move around. So they're like, hey, man, you know what? They started talking. And they were like, hey, let's let them try sales. So I started canvassing. But when I first started canvassing, they were like, you might be a little too dark to go knock in Valparaiso.
Oh,
me,
man.
I'm like, nah, come on, man. But me, I love a challenge. And if you know me, you know that anytime that you downplay me is my motivation. So I use that as that. So I was knocking the doors in Valpo. Granted, they were looking at me like, who is this? I'm like, hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm Will. Nice to meet you. And even though at first they looked at me like this, the energy automatically drew them in.
I love that. That's what I want to talk about. That transfer of energy in sales, man. Like, it's super vital, super important. We got these new guys coming out and they're knocking doors and they sound like robots because, right, they're reading off a pitch sheet, right, that they had to memorize, and they're on the door and they're just like, there's no charisma there. There's no energy. Like, how did you get that? Where did that come from? Like, where does this, like, positivity and energy come from? Because like, you walk in a door and it's just like people are just drawn to you. You're like that addictive energy. Like, people just want to be around it, and there's no secret why. Like, you're very successful in sales because you've done a phenomenal transferring that energy. Like, how can people learn how to do that, or where did that come from, or how did this happen? Like, how do you get that?
Well, I mean, with the energy alone, I'll say, like, part ADHD. I'm telling you, I can't sit down too long. But the other part is, like, a lot of my negativity, like, in life, because in the beginning, even before the job, like the childhood and everything going up to it, had a lot of downplays. But I was looking at stuff like, man, I know this situation is not the worst situation. Everybody's gonna be going through stuff. So me, I looked at it like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take those negatives and I'm gonna look at it like this. This is just gonna be another building block to get to success.
Wow.
So every time the door got slammed in my face, kicked it back open, like, hey, you're gonna let me in. It's about my time to shine.
Yeah.
And not even that, like, with that, when I talk to people, I actually enjoy it. Like, as far as, you know, like, as far as like talking to new homeowners and stuff, it's all like a new game. It's like a video game. It's like, man, what's up? You know, I love it. I do love it. Yeah.
So how old are you right now?
23.
23. You've been in the door-to-door space for 6 years. Man, so starting out, you were on the doors, you were a canvasser, you graduated and you became a salesman. And like, what was your progression in your career look like from the beginning to middle to where you're at now? Like, what did that look like for you? And like, just explain that journey from how you started and then going through it and where you're at now, and like to kind of get some inspiration for our young people out there that are new to the D space, and like just give them some hope out there.
Some hope, yeah, because that's important, having hope,
Yeah, absolutely.
And when it, like in the beginning, like canvassing, it was kind of tough, I won't lie, because I was the kid, like when the school was like, hey, sell this, you can get these prizes for it. I couldn't even do it. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh, I don't want to talk to random people, you know. But when I first started canvassing, it was kind of like that. But then I started going into it, I was like, oh man, this is actually not that hard, I was like, this is not that bad. So just keep going. In the beginning, like I said, it was hard, so I almost fell on my face. I almost gave up, I'm not gonna lie. I was about to try to go to college, because that's what my family was saying. Without college, there's nothing that you're gonna be able to do to get to the next level. But I couldn't even sit down in school, I was like the one, every 5 minutes I'm sharpening my pencil. My pencil was like this sharp at the end of the, this small. But it showed me, I was like, okay, I like to move. So going on the next year after that, I started filling up schedules, because I was just a canvasser, so I wasn't actually a salesperson yet. But they were like, man, you're bringing like 8 a day, 9 a day. Like, hey, we need to see if you can close the deals.
Yeah.
Started closing the deals, like, yeah, I like this. Yeah. So, like, through that progression, like, granted, I was like 20, couldn't even drink yet. And we went to NOLA at, when I was 20, and I couldn't drink, I couldn't go into the bars, but I was almost to $1 million in sales already. Wow. So, to me, I'm looking like, man, like, this is cool, you know what I mean? Like, I'm around all these people, like, big minds, and they're looking at me like, how old are you again? I'm like, man, I'm 20. Like, and you did what? So, like, it brought a new person out of me, like, being around people who are motivating me rather than being around people who are kind of not trying to do too much. And my dad taught me that as a young age.
Oh, that's amazing, because you bring out some key points, right? Number one, you got to keep that hope and keep that inspiration and keep going and like pushing forward, not praying victim what other negative people are bringing on to you, but not only getting in front of the people that are going to uprise you, give you that new confidence. You had to literally recreate yourself and be like, this is who I am. I'm Will. I'm the closer. I dominate this space. I'm doing this, and this, and actually hitting those micro goals, getting up to $1 million in sales at a young age. And that's phenomenal that you were able to do that. But you had like a little downturn, and then you went through a couple different companies that maybe weren't resonated with who you were or whatever. But now you ended up here at Savage. So what does that look like right now for you here at Savage? Let's talk about that.
Looking great, because I will say like this. In the other jobs, it almost try to make me feel like I only want to do it for myself, if that makes sense. And I found a lot more passion in not doing it that way, kind of doing it for other people, which is why here, like at this Indiana office right now, it used to be I want to sell the most, but now it's not like that at all anymore. So I've been sacrificing a lot of my time, because in the beginning, nobody really helped me. As far as like it's like, hey, here's a contract, going out the door, get it signed. It's not like that with me. With me, it's here, come with me to the door. I'm going to talk first, show you how to do it. Then I'm going to shadow you, and then we're going to see what we can do to get that sign. So I've been trying to pour into other people, because I'm an empath at the end of the day. So I like helping people, and I feed and resonate off energy, which is why I try to put so much out there. Yeah, if that makes sense.
I love it, man. I love it. And that's why, here you see it's time for you to shine too, because the Lord is blessing you, right? You're giving to everybody. You're pouring into people. You're trying to mentoring. You're taking on this new role as a leader, as a mentor, as like giving back. And now in return, you're seeing the blessings. You're getting blessed. You got blessed new office. You got blessed new truck. You're getting blessed. You're getting these blessings on blessings. But why? Because you took a different perspective, right? Yeah. You're like, it's not about me. I think if I give enough, and that's what we try to preach on to all our reps here, like help as many people as possible. Exactly. You help as many people, you'll eventually get what you want in return. And you're a phenomenal example of that, because you won this past March bracket, right? Yeah. March Madness, we kicked off. There's no mistake. My man Will still out there crushed it, killed all his KPIs, got everything done on doors not, inspections made, signed deals, and Indiana's just crushing it. So You want to do a prediction and a forecast out there? What you think Indiana's gonna do this year?
10 million, no less. We're not
Yes.
settling. You understand? Yeah, the guys like, cause it's not even just me. Like these people are hungry. Like the people that I'm working with, I love them. Like, and I tell them, don't call me boss. They say, hey, what's up, boss? Don't call me that. That's out the vocabulary.
Yeah.
I'd rather be a leader. I'd rather be somebody here to help you out. So like that's why when I'm out in the field with them, like I'm pumping them up. If somebody's down on their energy, I say, hey, come here, hop in the car with me real quick. Drive around the block a couple times, like, what's going on? And they tell me what's up. We resolve it, right back to killing it. Because if you don't care about the next person, it's just gonna keep going, and you'll never win yourself. So if you're in a leader position, you want to lead. You want to lead by example. If you're just trying to lead and just show them by the numbers and stuff like that, it's not gonna work. Because then you'll just build people who are looking at you kind of envious, however that is.
Yeah.
But you do want to have people that are looking at you like, man, I want to do what he's doing. And I could tell, like, I could ask him any question, and he's gonna show me how to do. I'm not hiding nothing. So my guys know any question, I answer it, and I'm answer it honestly.
Yeah, and I think a big key to your success is you hit the nail on the head. You lead by example. You're out there with them. You're getting on roofs with them. You're showing them the damage firsthand, direct from you. And it's kind of like how I taught you when you were with me out there in Joliet. It's like I'm on roofs. I'm showing you. I'm leading from the front. And like I've been able to duplicate myself with you here, and you have been always like an exemplary example of what I see as a salesman, as a leader, and as a henchman out there, giving yourself that phenomenal smile. Give him that Willie Woods. But look at that.
That's that IV special. You know? That's
that Colgate smile. You're looking good. You got that good energy, and I've always seen you, and now you've been a great example of what we represent here at Savage. And then we're going to keep crushing it. We're going to keep moving forward. So for my people out there that's having a hard time in sales, what's one tip that maybe you can give them to help them maybe get out of their rut, or if they're going through a little slump right now? What's one thing you can probably give back to them to kind of pick them up out of that?
Oh, as far as sales, I'll tell you what. Sometimes it takes 50 no's to get to that one yes. But once you get that yes, every yes you get builds something on you. So it's like, oh man, they said yeah. Like it's not all just no's. So remember, like if you come into that rut where you're knocking doors and they're cussing you out, like man, get off my property. You got to remember, they don't know you, you don't know them. So you don't know what's going on in their life. So you don't know like where their mind space is. So just be like, hey, okay, have a blessed day. I'll see you later. And then we come back. And sometimes I've even signed people like after they cuss me out, hey, I know it probably wasn't the best time last time. Just stopping by again to see if everything's okay because we did Sally down the street. And then I've actually signed a lot of people up, and they say, I really appreciate you understanding, and just go from there. So don't get discouraged. That's just my best.
You got any funny stories on the door where you got to know, and maybe you came back and it changed around for you or something like that? You got anything that happened to you on the door?
I got a few, like as far as
let's hear. I'll kick it off. I got one. I remember I went to a door. We were out there knocking in Auburn, Illinois, and it was a little micro cell that went through there, and it was like 80 mile an hour wind gusts. And we're like, all right, man, we're going to go hit it up out there in this little neighborhood. And I had just signed one, like 3 houses down. I was like, I'm on fire. I'm going to hit this door. Had lo and behold, a no soliciting sign, right? We're like, oh, a lot of sales guys are like, no. And then I was with a guy, and he was just like, man, bro, it says no soliciting. I don't want to knock it. I'm like, fool, we got to knock this door. That's an invite to me. Lo and behold, I knock on the door. Some 80-year-old lady comes out. I'm like, hi, mom. I see you got damage. You got a damage. She's like, looking at me all hard, like, can't you read, boy? Don't you see? I'm like, no, but I'm here to help you, man. She's like, no, hold him up. You can't help me. If you can't read, you can't help me. And I didn't have a rebuttal for her. I was like, all right, you got me. So I took an L on that one, but I thought it was hilarious. It was like one of those funny stories. But like, we can't be afraid. You see a no soliciting sign. Like, don't let that stop you. Some of those, that might be an old sticker up there. It might be from the old previous homeowner. You never know. This case, it wasn't. She put it up there. She caught me off guard, but like, that shouldn't let you down. It was funny to me, man, and it's a good story out of it.
Oh yeah, for real, yeah. It's just, and actually bringing on that point, no soliciting. What I tell people over here, if it says no soliciting, that weeds out the weak salespeople. Knock it, because more than likely, whoever knocked next door didn't have the no soliciting sign. Got 10 contractors. They might only have 5 because people are scared to knock them.
That's true. That's true. That's a real good point, right? Less people are knocking that door because of that sign. And lo and behold, those people that got the no soliciting sign on, they're the one with the most damage.
Yeah, organic missing shingles.
Yeah, organic missing shingles, all discontinued. Like, it's hilarious, man. So, but man, I hope that guys brought you some value. I want to get some shout outs to all my key players that crushed it here in Indiana. You want to let everybody know that one besides you?
Oh, so Zach, been a very good asset. Hey, you my guy, bro.
Keep it up.
And
Keep it up.
Ryan, underdog Ryan, bro. Hey, I started off as an underdog, and to see where you came, bro, good stuff.
Hell
But
yeah.
not even just you, the whole Indiana office, bro. I know you guys gonna be watching. I'm gonna make you guys watch at the meeting. You guys are awesome, and you guys have brought me back out my shell because past few months I was going through some things and I wasn't in the best mental space. But you guys brought me right back out of it, and I appreciate you guys for sure.
Amen to that,
You too,
man.
my guy.
Yeah,
You too, my
amen
guy.
to that, bro. Much love.
Danny, he's yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to my man Brian Ortiz out there, crushed it. He
Brian!
killed the first 3-month bracket, most overall sales. So he's one of our bracket winners. So shout out to that. He ain't no average player. He's a savage, just like everybody here. But man, we're gonna wrap it up, and just like how I always say, guys, don't be average. Go be savage today. I love y'all. Go crush it.
Let's go. See you later.